こんにちは、VICEの中村です。本日皆さんにご紹介するのは VICEの人気スケボー番組 Epicly Later'd からプロスケーターアントワン・ディクソン。スケーターはライフスタイルがかっこいいなっていうのはすごいあるんですけど、このアントワン・ディクソンはその最たるもので、プロスケーターのくせにスケボーしません。それだけど人気スケーターとしてずっと業界に居続けています。スケボーをしないプロスケーターとはどんな生活を送っているのか、じっくりご覧ください。
What you wanna do? Go chill by the pool?
Yeah.
And talk? Do this. Do this. Do this, sorry. You close that door behind you, please. Got my little weights out there. I already worked out this morning. You know, I woke up at 7. And then I was gonna go to the park, but those fools didn't want to go. Fucking hot out here, dude. Shit's cool, right? You like it? House?
Yeah.
It's cool. I just be chilling, you know, like, so I wake up early, like, since I don't like drink gnarly like I usually do, like I used to, like, you know, I'll probably have like a beer or some shit, but that's nothing, you know, it's just like poolside chilling, you know, like, that pretty much comes with, you sitting by the pool, you gotta have a beer and a blunt, like, that's like mandatory, you know? It's not like how I used to get wasted, you know?
Welcome back to the show. Since we started the show, there's like a short list of people that are like dream episodes, you know, and I think Antwuan Dixon for me is one of those people that just like really blew up, came out with a Baker 3 video, no one had ever heard of him. At the premiere, people were like yelling at the screen, like standing on their seats. It was a really like triumphant entrance into skating. Antwuan Dixon is a legend. I mean, from the tattoos all over his face to him being one of the most gifted skateboarders. And, you know, and you'll see from this footage, he goes to this contest and people just swarm him. You know, kids are like breaking it off. And Antwuan comes in, no skateboard, nothing, and almost like wins the contest, you know, like shows up. Kids are like worshiping him. Older skaters are trying to give him like drugs and alcohol. And yeah, it was like he emerged from the contest victorious. The stuff I filmed is from 10 a.m. till about 8 p.m. He's in and out of handcuffs. Like, I've never been surrounded by that many cops. And then I think at about 8 p.m. I kind of had enough and I left. The paradox is that he's actually like kind of a mellow dude when he's not drunk, when people aren't giving him drugs. I'm hoping just to like explore that, like who is Antwuan Dixon? What's his story? And this is it, Antwuan Dixon episode. Hope you enjoy it.
What are you gonna ask Jim and Eric about Lizard?
Yeah.
Antwuan? What about Lizard?
I'm gonna do a Lizard episode and an Antwuan episode. How'd you first hear of him?
First heard Antwuan probably 5 or 6 years ago, and Angel Cabada from Crew and Super showed me a tape. I don't know how he got it, but he was like, "You gotta check this kid out." And he was like 15, just killing it.
How'd you get approached to get on Baker?
By Eric and Andrew at the trade show while I was watching Eric's fucking they show him doing big spin on a Carlsbad, and then I just seen him and they're like, "Wait, Antwuan Dixon?" I was like, "Yeah," like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, they know me, like, that's what I was like, "Yeah," like, what the fuck? And then they're like, "Oh, something like, yeah." And he goes and gets Andrew, like, they're like, "Yeah, some blah, 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 blah. So we like your fucking footy. We want to give you a board." And I was like, for real? Like, damn.
Me and Andrew asked him if he wanted to get boards from Baker, and he was like, "Yeah, just real humble, mellow kid, really, really mellow." And it's like, "Yeah, sure."
Filming a Baker 3, hear about this kid that they put on. That was just like most unbelievable thing. Then I finally seen this part at the premiere. And I was like fucking blown away. Couldn't believe my eyes.
You know, it's like my first premiere, my name's on the fucking TV. Like, people were like, like not really saying nothing. You know, they're like, what the fuck was it for? But it was so crazy. I was like looking, and then they're clapping and clapping as it's going on, and then after like the people just went crazy. Like, so once it was over, I walked out of there. And I felt like I was just like, it was the craziest thing, like the craziest, like overwhelming feeling, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was weird, but it wasn't like, not at time. It was like, I was just feeling like, oh my, like, it was weird, like finna cry or I can't even fucking explain it. It was just like, probably just so fucking happy, like every little kid's dream once you get on Baker, you know?
After that, it was like being on was like a green light to just be the best or something like that. Cause like for the certain period of time, he was getting like 2 or 3 tricks a day, like gnarly shit, like easily. And it was like all Baker 3. And then I made that Baker Has a Death Wish. He has a full length part in that one, you know? That was like all of Antwuan. Those 3 videos, like that's like his career to me so far, you know?
So when we approached Antwuan, like we're starting Death Wish as a board company, you want to ride for it. It was kind of he was just automatically into it because he'd been writing his grip tape forever and stuff like that.
And he hadn't been pro yet?
No, he turned pro for Death Wish. There was a demand for his board, and he's really good with like he's a really charismatic dude. So like at signings and stuff, it's like he's just like kind of the center of attention, and it just seems like once all that stuff comes together, you just go, oh yeah, he should be pro.
Just to watch him do a 3 flip or a crook back 180, it's just like, how do you do it like that? And you have all these other kids trying to mimic his style. Like, that's just how he skates. He's just chilling, arms down, kind of relaxed, and that's how he does it. And you see people faking the funk where it's just like, they're like trying so hard to be like it. It's like, come on, man, you can't do that.
What skaters did you look up to?
There was one dude that I, loved out of everybody, and I still do.
Who's that?
His name is Galam Mamalu. Best Nolly Hills, like, what I'm saying? Black Power, real quick, I don't know, it's just like that. That's why, like, I do Nolly Hills and Switch Hills. Like, he's the man of that shit. And, like, I used to just love how he did it, so I wanted to learn it like him. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why he's my favorite. He's got bomb-ass tray flips, like Nolly tail slide, Nolly Bixman lip, Nolly Bixman back lip, Nolly Hill back lip. Like, he's the fucking shit, dude. He's so good. Like, my other favorite skaters are Theodis Beasley. That's my baby. He's been there, And like it's just like how he's seen me, just like how I've seen him. We came from nothing to something, you know what I mean? 2 little hood niggas, just, fuck.
Yeah, knew him for years. Yeah, kind of like my brother. Like, we all grew up, like, around the same area, me, Antwuan, and Furby. But them two is on Death Wish and I'm on Baker, and just everybody in the same little area happened to be, like, part of the same family, and that's real tight. And, yeah, Antwuan, yeah, that's my boy, and he always looked out for me, and, yeah, it's fun when we always go on trips together. Everybody together is real fun.
And then my other one is, fucking Moose. Oh my God, that kid is ridiculous. He is so fucking good. He's the coolest, nicest little kid, man. Fuck yeah, Moose, you the man, dude. You're gonna be the fucking, his favorite skater is Paul Rodriguez, but he's consistent like the motherfucker. He's gonna be like that fool, I swear.